So if you're an eBay seller like me, you'll know there are definitely some flaws within eBay. And I'm definitely experiencing a flaw on eBay's side right now, and it's super frustrating. So let's dive on into it. So, on September 7th, I sold on eBay a complete series of Rocket Power on DVD, brand new, factory sealed. Super crazy. Found them at Goodwill, paid $2 for all 4 disc sets, and they sold for $211, which is absolutely crazy. Now, they were delivered on September 11th, so fairly short period there. And now with it being October, I have an eBay case opened. Basically, the buyer decided that they didn't want them, and it says that in their reasoning that they changed their mind, didn't want them. And so eBay gives you the option. Do you want to accept the return? Do you want to decline the return? Well, there's no good reason, so I declined the return. And then overnight, I wake up to another eBay case opened up for the same product, which I didn't even know was possible. So the buyer contacted me and basically stated that they shouldn't have spent the money and wanted a return. And I was like, look, it's been a month. This is a sealed product. I don't know if you've opened it. I don't know if you've tampered with it. It's a sealed product. It's a very expensive sealed product. I'm not accepting returns. So they proceeded to state that since I declined the return, that they went ahead and opened season 1. They wanted to watch season 1. They paid $211. They can open it. They can do with it what they want. So they opened it. And in doing so, they also opened another case because they're trying to say that they opened a sealed season 1 and that disc 2 of season 1 doesn't work. Now, with sealed product, that's very unlikely. I mean, it's brand new factory sealed. You can tell from the pictures in eBay. You can tell from the description. It's a collector's item. If you decide you want to pay $200 and open it, that's on you. That's fine. But me as a seller, I can't be liable for what you do with your $200 purchase. So basically, they opened another case saying that, hey, it's defective. I want a return. And I wake up to eBay saying they're returning the item. You're going to have to process a $200 return. I'm like, that makes absolutely no sense. Number one, how did you open another case on an item that already had a case opened and was already closed? So I'm like, what is going on? Trying to figure it out. eBay, of course, is, all for the buyer, which as a buyer, I appreciate that protection. You buy something that's defective or arrives broken, something like that. Awesome. Like, I want to have that protection. I want to be able to return that item. Now, in this scenario, when it is a collector's item that is sealed and there is a month between the purchase date and when this person is trying to return it, and you can very clearly see that they opened a case stating, hey, I changed my mind, I don't want this, I shouldn't have paid $200 for this, and then the very next day open another case saying, oh, well, hey, now something's broken, that screams discrepancies. That screams scam to me. The unfortunate side is that there's not a lot I can do as a seller in this scenario. So I wake up to a message from this buyer, basically stating, sorry, it didn't work out for you, I'm returning this. I'm like, whoa. This is $200. This is a collector's item that you're now saying you opened. Red flags. So I call eBay. And basically, the eBay employee told me they have no idea how another case was opened. That seems weird to them. I agree with that. That does seem weird. They also state that the seller has already purchased a shipping label and they're sending it back, which is also weird to me because in past times when I've done returns on items, because I do take returns on items, if there's something wrong with something, yeah, fine, send it back, whatever. That the eBay has given me the option to print a shipping label for them and to have them send the item back to me. When the item comes back, you process the return. They didn't give me that option this time, which I thought was weird. So the eBay employee said that is also weird to them, that, you know, within literally a 24-hour period, a case is closed, case is reopened, and then finalized. That's very odd. So I've been instructed as of now to wait and see if the item comes back in. If the item does come back in, I'm supposed to contact eBay again, because it is a sealed item. She looked at the photos of everything. She could tell everything was sealed. So at this point, everything's up in the air. I don't know what is happening with eBay. I don't know what's going to happen with this case. I just kind of have to sit and wait. As a seller in this scenario, that is super frustrating. It's not a $20 DVD. It's a $200 order. It's a $200 sealed collector's item that is now opened, at least season 1, according to the buyer. So now, if this ends up being returned and I do have to pay them back their $211, I have an item that was sold for $211, but now can't be resold for that $211 because it's been opened. So it takes the value and basically bottoms it to next to nothing. As a seller, that is super frustrating. As a seller, eBay at this point is sort of protecting me by telling me, well, we'll have to wait and see, but I don't feel confident in that. So am I done selling on eBay? At this point, it's up in the air. eBay has been a great platform to sell items, but there are other options. You know, even Facebook Marketplace now allows you to add a shipping cost to things. You know, you can sell on on Facebook and ship it, and there's not the fees associated with eBay, from what I can tell. You know, does it seem as safe and secure? Probably not. But that is another option. You know, there's other apps like Mercari and stuff like that, Craigslist, of course, and then obviously just selling locally. So it's not like it puts a halt on things, but you know, eBay has the advantage of it puts your items in front of thousands of people. Now, they do charge you a ridiculous amount of money to do so. And another issue that I absolutely hate with eBay is that when an item sells, they don't take your fees out of that item. They wait till the end of the month and then say, hey, here's your bill for all the items you sold. Why can't they just take it out of the item when it sells? You know, it seems like such an easy thing to do, you know, especially as somebody, I haven't been reselling for that long. It hasn't been, I don't even think it's been a full year that I've really been reselling. So somebody who's still learning the system, somebody who's still trying to figure it out, trying to build up, you know, the inventory of items, stuff like that. When you sell a $200 item, you get excited. You're like, hell yeah, that's a $200 item that is sold. You know, you use that $200, you reinvest it into more stuff to keep that process going because you're on that high. You want to keep selling, you want to keep flipping. But now I've got this pending $200 charge essentially that I'm going to have to pay back to this buyer because they changed their mind, decided they didn't want an item, were declined the return, and then somehow open another case and open said item, which now makes that item virtually worthless. As a seller, that's the most frustrating situation. eBay doesn't seem to side with the seller very frequently. You know, they're all about buyer protection, which, like I said, I do buy stuff off of eBay, so I can appreciate that. But I wish in this scenario they would take a better look at the situation and say, hey, this is a sealed item. There are photos, there's documentation stating, hey, this is sealed, blah, blah, blah. You know, look at the item, look at what it is, and say, hey, they opened a case, it was declined, and now all of a sudden they're opening another case. That seems fishy. I wish they would do more work in that scenario and not let them open another case. You know, that tells me as a buyer, if I get something and decide, oh, hey, I don't want it, you know, I put in that request, it doesn't get approved. Okay, I just switch my reasoning. You know, it doesn't even have to be true at that point. You know, that's a scenario that I wouldn't hope would happen You know, I personally would not use that scenario, but I'm on both sides of it. So I see the buying side and I see the selling side. In this side, being the seller, I feel like I am at an injustice here. Now, eBay could come back and side with me, which I really hope that they do, because, you know, I not only have to refund this $200, assuming they side with the buyer, but then in addition to that, I have an item that becomes virtually worthless. So I'm out the $200 sale. I'm out the $200 item. You know what I mean? Like, it's rough. It's a scenario that I haven't run into yet. You know, I've had returns, which are annoying, definitely. But, you know, stuff happens in the mail. Stuff gets broken, whatever. You know, there's unavoidable situations. It happens. But this is definitely one of those situations that seems to me is very cut and dry. You know, it's black and white. They're trying to scam. They want their money back. They regret spending the money. You know, it happens. I impulse buy stuff all the time. Do I go and tell people, hey, I need my money back? No, that's not the right thing to do. You know, so I will keep you guys updated with that. You know, hopefully the item shows back up in the mail. I can kind of show you guys what's going on with that. You know, when that happens, if it shows up in the mail, assuming it even shows up, I am supposed to call eBay again, let them know, see what the next course of action is. So we're going to do that. We're going to hope that eBay sides with us. I've been instructed to not process a return until I've talked to eBay again. So I don't intend on giving them their money back at this point. You know, if eBay tells me differently, then I'll have to figure that situation out. But yeah, it's a pretty bad situation to be in, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to move past it and dive into this week's finds. So next clip you'll see is going to be at some Goodwills, finding some cool stuff. So let's get on to that. Happier thoughts. Let's go. So the lady I bought the Dragon Ball Z VHS tapes from the other day hit me back up today. She said, hey, I found some more. I want to give them to you. Yeah, give them to me. So I was like, awesome. Like, I can come pick them up in about an hour. And she was like, awesome. So she set a box out front of her house and I went and picked it up. And I'm going to show you guys what I got because I'm really excited about it. So there are 4 tapes that don't have any like cover, which is unfortunate, but still super dope. Couple more here. And then the rest of them are all super dope. So I'm going to go through these kind of quick because there's quite a few of them. So here goes. These are from Dragon Ball GT, it looks like. It's making my Dragon Ball Z collection so much bigger already. It's crazy. And literally she just gave these to me. So she gave me all of these Dragon Ball Z GT tapes absolutely for free, in addition to the other 4 that didn't have cases. And that's not it. There's more. These ones are just Dragon Ball Z, it looks like. But check these out. This stuff is so cool. So yeah, all those as well. Super, super excited. So this lady is awesome. She just gave me 17 new Dragon Ball Z tapes that I didn't have. And I'm just beyond excited. So that was my freebie pickup for the day. But I also did finally get to add something else to my collection that I've been eyeballing for a long time and just could never pull the trigger on. And that is this bad boy. PlayStation VR. Super excited. I saw it posted up on Facebook Marketplace, and I hit them up and I offered them, I think I offered them $100, which was less than they were asking. And that was on Wednesday, I believe. And our schedules just didn't line up. I couldn't make it over to where they were at. Well, finally went and picked it up today, and I am super excited to be finally having one of these in the collection. I mean, it's got all the cords and 2 Motion Plus controllers, everything, like everything. So I'm really excited. I'm going to get it all cleaned off and tested and start playing some games, I think, because I've wanted one of these for a long time and finally able to pull the trigger on one. Pulled up outside of a Goodwill, about to head on inside, see what we can find, and I'll take you with. Let's go. Couple more pickups here. Lords of Dogtown, just a solid movie. Super stoked to have that again. Found this Pokemon Headbands game. Honestly, I have absolutely no interest in playing it, but it's Pokemon, so picked it up. And then GameStop, I don't know what their deal is, if they're clearing out Wii games or what, but I found like a couple of Wii games for very cheap. I'm talking like $2 a piece. 007. And it is Complete. It's a game I didn't have, so figured for $2, why not? And then another one I didn't have, Thrillville. Also Complete. So snatched both of those up. And then I also picked up that PSVR. So naturally, I had to get a couple games for it. So I picked up this one. I'm not even sure what the name of this game is. Deracine? I don't know. It looked decent. There's not a whole lot of PSVR games, and I like the horror type stuff, so this one looked pretty cool. So I picked that up. And then I also picked up Blood and Truth. This one looks like it's fairly highly recommended, so I picked that up, give that a try. So yeah, that is all of the pickups for the last few days over the weekend, and yeah, super stoked on them. The PSVR is a lot of fun. Been having a lot of fun with that. Probably honestly gonna get back on that when I'm done here. But yeah, so that's it for today. Plan on having another video coming out on Wednesday, so looking forward to that. Before you get out of here, go ahead and like the video, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Let's go.